Welcome, fight fans, to Boxing Scene's top stories only on ProBox TV, your boxing channel. I am George D. Metellus. And a quick reminder for everyone out there, ProBox TV will still have the long-form content like Big Fight Breakdown and the Ranking Show. And for top stories, there's a playlist on YouTube. Just click the playlist and you get the top stories, boom, 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 back to back on the YouTube channel. I am joined by the champions. We got Chris Algieri and we got Paulie Malignaggi joining us here on Top Stories. Well, Robert Garcia is having a tremendous year as one of the best trainers in all of boxing. He's got Jesse Bam Rodriguez with a big victory. Raymond Murataya, Rayo Valenzuela just won a world title. Virgil Ortiz with a big victory as well. And some great prospects coming up on the line here in 2024. Paulie, is Robert Garcia looking like the front runner and the man to win Trainer of the Year?
Yeah, he certainly does look like a front runner at this moment. Remember, Robert Garcia is not exactly a newcomer. He's one of those trainers that where when you see him in the opposite corner, you sort of expect the guy's going to know how to fight, the guy's going to be able to be prepared, and also the guy's going to make adjustments against you as well. So he's one of those trainers who's very well known in the business at this point. Ex-world champion as a fighter, comes from a boxing family. The father was an excellent trainer. Obviously, his brother Mikey also has had a tremendous career. So he just exudes boxing, and his resume is built up enough to where you just know this guy's one of the better trainers in boxing. But this particular year, with some of the results he's gotten, some of the results his fighters are getting, the momentum his fighters have with those results as well. He's getting wins with guys who are in big name situations, big prospect situations, big contender situations, big championship situations, and he's excelling with them. And one big, my favorite for an example is Valenzuela. Valenzuela came from Team Benavidez. He'd had a solid career. Came over to Robert Garcia, and he put on a career best performance in his last fight with Isaac Cruz with Robert Garcia in his corner. Things like that, they're little difference makers that when it comes down to voting for Trainer of the Year, you start to look at and say, all right, man, you know what, you can see the difference here in this guy, the confidence, he's doing something different, whatever. Obviously, the trainer brought something to the table. Obviously, you also have, what we just saw with Virgil Ortiz. That was a very good competitive fight. Virgil is obviously Virgil. He's going to be Virgil regardless. But like I said, my favorite one is the Valenzuela fight because it's a switch and it's a clear difference in performance there from Valenzuela. And things like that are really where you're going to value a trainer and the fact that a fighter went to that trainer and made a big difference.
Yeah, Champ, I agree with everything you said, but a couple other points. I actually did 4 camps with Robert Garcia at the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy in Oxnard back in, 2011 or so, very long time ago. But, he's got a machine there. He just churns out good, tough fighters. He's got multiple level guys. He's got world-class guys that train there. He's got prospects and guys who are on the way up. And then he's got like really, really young guys who are on the way up. And I think that's really important and why we're consistently seeing Robert. His turnover of these fighters and that are going to develop into champions is phenomenal. He's got a multi-layered gym with tons and tons of work, tons of bodies, and the sparring there is like nowhere else. I can attest to the sparring that happens in the gym and how much it elevated my game. Once I went to Oxnard and trained with Robert Garcia and got all that sparring that I got there, guys like Brandon Rios, Brandon Bam Bam Rios, Marcos Maidana, Kelly Pavlik was in the gym with us at that time. And then there's a slew of guys that you never even heard of that can all fight. So Robert Garcia really has a machine that churns out excellent fighters time and time again. And like you said, Champ, he's a former world champion himself from a boxing family. He's got a keen eye. He understands fights differently than those other trainers who never laced on a pair of gloves, never fought at the world-class level. So he really does have it all. This is becoming a great year for him, and I expect it to keep going because, man, a guy like Bam Rodriguez is an absolute superstar and has no slowing down in sight. So this is a good year that may even get better for Robert Garcia.
And certainly in one of those prospects, Albert Chop Chop Gonzalez as well, is a rising star with a lot of talent for Robert Garcia. He's definitely the front runner for Boxing Trainer of the Year. All right, Chris and Paulie, thanks for your time here on Top Stories. And we'd like to remind everyone to scan the QR code to go to proboxtv.com and check out Wednesday Night Fights, August 21st. The main event is going to be fire. That does it for Boxing Scene's Top Stories. I'm George D. Metellus. Take care, everyone.
Wednesday Night Fights.
Dynamite action on Wednesday Night Fights every other Wednesday on your boxing channel.
Coming up on your next Wednesday Night Fights, August 21st. Former Unified World Champion Swift Jarrett Hurd takes on former Unified World Champion Jason Banana Rosario. Live from the ProBox Event Center in Plant City. Get your tickets at proboxtv.com or take your chances at the door. Wednesday Night Fights.
For more ProBox TV, scan the QR code on the screen or go to the App Store and Google Play. ProBox TV, your boxing channel.